always struck, General Clark, by when you go through Normandy, how every family has a story of living under Nazi occupation, and then every family has a story of what it was like when D-Day happened and they were freed and American GIs came and were in their barns and in their fields. Get back to what I was talking to our guest just before about. This greatest generation never talks about themselves. They always talk about their buddies who didn't make it home. And I'm wondering what it is about that generation you think that permeates through it, bringing that sentiment of willingness for collective sacrifice and willing to collectively come together.
I think there was a different ethic in America in those days. There have always been people who were selfish and self-centered. But in the United States, in those days, in the 1930s and 1940s, people talked about the common good. That's how we got airlines and radio, and Franklin Roosevelt put it in practice in government with Social Security and strengthening labor unions. And people understood that it was about the country. It wasn't just about them. Over the last 40 years, especially, America has turned inward. It's all about me, what's good for me, what makes me happy. And we've forgotten the burdens of democracy. It's what the president said. Every generation has to redefine the democracy and has to fight for it. And today, in the middle of this presidential election, those issues are certainly present as well. So we've got an adversary abroad in Russia. We've got a potential adversary in China. We've got the men and women of our armed forces preparing to defend us. But in the United States, we probably don't yet understand what could be coming.
I think there's no question that we don't understand, and we don't understand the sacrifices that existed during World War II. We don't understand the fear and the moment that so many men were going through right now. And just because of our ability to kind of go through the day, people are waking up, it's 8:45 in the morning, and there were church bells ringing across America with news that the D-Day invasion had begun, the invasion of Europe had begun, and it was the hope that this would be the beginning of the end of the war. In June of 1944 that America had endured since December of 41. And obviously so many had already died in the Pacific, so many pilots and air crew had died over Europe. Give us a sense at 2:45 in the afternoon, because you have studied the D-Day battle, I know, in minute detail. 2:45 in the afternoon, what was happening? Where were our troops? How certain at that point was victory?
Well, we had two beaches, Utah and Omaha, and all of these commemorations take place on Omaha Beach. Utah, the landing went off fairly smoothly. There was a little resistance, but none of the big casualties. We walked into a buzzsaw on Omaha Beach, and wave after wave came in, and this is what you're looking at right here. Wave after wave came in against heavy resistance. The Germans had prepared mines, obstacles, barbed wire, tank traps, mines out there sinking ships and so forth. And they had pillboxes, machine gun positions. They'd even, in some cases, taken the tracer bullets out of their machine guns. So you couldn't see where the fire was coming from. All you knew was people were falling in front of you. And fortunately, at Omaha Beach, there was a slight seawall. And the men clustered under that seawall, wave after wave, and then team by team found their way forward. One or two men laid down the base of fire. Grenades were thrown, and bit by bit, that German defense was picked apart. By 2:45 in the afternoon, the first men were up on the hill overlooking the beach at Omaha. The Germans were running. The Rangers had gone up at Pont de Hoc, and they'd found that there were no guns there. All of that sacrifice, all of that worry, they had taken the position, but the guns had been moved back. And so by 2:45, we were starting to feel like we'd done it. To our east, the British and the Canadians were ashore. So they had their two beaches. They were in there. It was going better there. We fought the toughest fight to get to shore, but by 2:45, we were at least on the high ground overlooking the beach with a lot of casualties and artillery fire still coming in.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.